everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and it's October, my favorite month of the year. But before we get into all the cool things that are happening, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who donated to the library during Love Your Library Month in September. And I want to say a special thank you to our Friends of the Library group who gave us an incredibly generous donation of $25,000.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. That's from their, like they do the designer bag bingo, Yinzer.
Which is coming up.
Which we'll talk about today. So we're going to use those funds to put automatic doors inside. Like the building has automatic doors where you push the button, but the library does not. And it's hard for people. I see it mostly with strollers for us, mostly strollers, but those in wheelchairs or on crutches or whatever. So by the end of the year, we will have automatic doors.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you, everyone. So October, we have some really, really cool things happening. For adults, we have Whispering Souls Paranormal Investigations presents Haunted Happenings on Thursday, October 2nd at 6:30 p.m. So you'll learn about the essential paranormal equipment you will need to step into the spirit world. Whispering Souls will bring awareness and education about the actual tools ghost hunters use in the field to talk to ghosts. Experience the evidence that they captured with the most modern ghost hunting equipment available. And you'll be like, sometimes we get some complaints about, that we're promoting paranormal. It's for for entertainment. Entertainment purposes, and it's just fun. So come see. You'll be astonished by some of the footage that they have, but this is suitable for all ages. So if you have a kid, like I know my great niece, she's 11, she loves this stuff.
Is she coming?
It would be appropriate if I can drive to Plum and pick her
Oh,
up.
that's right. It's a little bit of a hike.
A little bit of a hike. Then next we have Treasures of the Pittsburgh City Archives on Sunday, October 4th at 11 a.m. So city archivist and sixth-generation Pittsburgher Charles Suckup explores the newly accessible online archives focusing on records and photographs from around the city. Charles, who's a local historian, runs several Instagram accounts dedicated to Pittsburgh history and recently co-authored City Steps of Pittsburgh, A History and Guide. So that I would love to go through that. I like I like photographs, so I'd love to I haven't had a chance. I'm going to go through that. And then we have our annual Haunted Hat Tea. We have doing a little bit early this year, Thursday, October 9th at 11. So join us. We have contests for the craziest hat, the kookiest hat. We usually end up, there's so many good ones, we usually end up making up other categories. We have small prizes that we give out, and it's a fun time. So $10 per person. You must register because, of course, we have to order our food. This one, I'd like to try this too. How to make a pop song in 1 hour.
Oh, you would be so good at that.
I love it.
You could totally do that.
Monday, October 13th at 6:30. So it's Elevate Records Pittsburgh. They'll present an introductory class to the world of pop music production. Music producer Ryan Spacht will guide attendees through an abbreviated process of creating and recording pop music using a computer and a microphone. No prior experiences necessary.
Christine, this is so right up your alley.
I think I might have to cover that. Monday.
That's great.
Oh,
What a
you
neat
know
program.
what? I probably could because that's council meeting night.
Well, there you go.
And council meeting's at 7:30, so I could go right from making a pop song to
Yes.
well, maybe I'll sing it at council. Who knows?
There you go.
We have Historical Madness, Local Stories and Tales on Wednesday, October 15th at 6:30. So author Ed Bonner will discuss his new book called Historical Madness. In this book is an eclectic collection of mysteries, oddities, and haunting stories within Western Pennsylvania, neighboring West Virginia, and the Great Lakes region. So the cover looks pretty interesting. So we'll see.
Not bad.
And we're just full of spooky oddities this month. And we have an evening with Haunted Pittsburgh on Wednesday, October 29th at 6:30. So Pittsburgh has a north side and a south side, but join us for a trip to its dark side.
Ooh, I like that. This one always fills up so quickly.
It really does.
This is a very popular program.
Very popular. Western PA is teaming with great tales of ghosts and the supernatural. Pittsburgh Haunted Pittsburgh Tours, the archivist of Pittsburgh's nightmares, has been sharing those tales in our area since 2009. Don't miss this special Halloween event where the folks from Haunted Pittsburgh will talk about the true ghost stories of Pittsburgh. Now, I went on a walking downtown tour, actually with Ed Wolf that used to work here,
yes.
and his partner Chris, and Kevin from Public Works,
Okay.
and his then girlfriend, and me and Bill. We went, and it
Oh.
was really, really cool, and it was good weather out. So they just walk you like in front of the building where a particular tale, a story
Fun.
had happened.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Recommend it. And then, of course, it's time for Yinzer Happy Hour. So this is presented by the Friends. It's Friday, October 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, brought to you by the Friends of the Library. So put on your best black and gold gear and head down to the library for an evening of Pittsburgh food and fun. So we always have like pierogies, stuffed cabbage, kibasi, among other things.
There's always a cookie table.
Always a cookie table. Can't have a Pittsburgh event without a cookie table. Wine and beer. We have raffle baskets, a 50-50. And this year, Rachel has put together a scavenger hunt so that we
Fun.
can get people, attendees, to like move through the library to find
Yes.
to find things.
Love it.
This is a 21 and over event, of course, and it's $30 per ticket, or if you're coming as a couple, it's 2 for $50. Tickets are available at the library, at Evie's, of course. What would we do without Evie's? Or you can get them online through the library's website.
Speaking of cookie table, so my
Yes.
niece's wedding is coming up.
Oh, yes.
Right, just a couple weeks away. Guess how many cookies so far are on that cookie table? Now we both have large Italian families.
Yes.
Okay, so think big.
Okay, how many
How
dozen?
many cookies?
Oh gosh,
4,000 cookies.
4,000 cookies?
Can you believe it?
Yeah, I do. I want to come just for cookies.
And what's your favorite cookie on the cookie table?
For like wedding fancy, I still like a pizzelle.
Really?
They are my favorite, like special cookie, because you don't make those
Anise
just
flavor? Oh, my
anise.
vanilla- yeah,
it
it's
has
got to
to
be anise.
Yeah.
I shall bring you some anise pizzelles.
Thank
I
you.
feel like we'll have some left
Yeah, a lot
over.
of people don't care for them. I love them. My mom makes a vanilla pizzelle and rolls it and fills it, kind of, like a Polish cannoli,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I like a lady lock.
I know Rachel
lady
likes them
lock.
too. I don't.
Too sweet, maybe? Because
Yeah.
they can be sweet. But when
Yeah.
I'm in the mood for it, I really enjoy a
My
lady
mom
lock.
makes mini ones, little ones.
That's perfect then.
Yeah, because I don't know. Anyway, they're not my favorite. Pizzelle.
Sorry
for
to
me.
get sidetracked like
No,
that. I'm
that's
just excited
okay.
for this cookie table, and I'm kind of like in awe that there's already 4,000.
I know, that's amazing. It's amazing. So, because the Yinzer is held at the library will close at 4 p.m. that Friday, October 17th. So I'm very excited about. I do enjoy Yinzer, and it's like a
fun-
cocktail hour. It's a happy hour, so
Yes.
it's 2 hours. It's not a huge commitment of your time. Like I know with the Art and Music Festival, that's a long, long day for me. Golf, we just had our golf outing. Oh, that's another thing.
Should mention golf outing. Yes.
We just had our golf outing on Monday, September 22nd, and perfect weather all day. When I got home that night, we did have a nice
Yeah.
thunderstorm, which helped cut it was getting very humid. So we had 104 golfers, and it was a great, great event, and it benefits the Fantastic Four charities, which are the Community Foundation, Education Foundation, the Historical Society, and the library. So we had a putting, we have a putting contest. So our first to get, I don't want to say hole in one because I'm told it's something different, but to get the ball in the hole was our council president, Mr. John Oakes.
Yay.
And then about
Congratulations.
an hour later, we got another person that got the ball in the hole, and it was our Mr. Robert Hicks from Code Enforcement. So they had to have a putt off
Oh, fun.
at the end. So I said to Robert Hicks, I said, just remember, Mr. Oakes is the person who approves the budget. So he's like, I got to go for it, Christine. and Robert, he won the putt off.
Did he?
So yes, he got a prize, but it was great fun to see those two.
I'm curious if there's another term. If you're talking about getting the hole in the ball in one shot. Why isn't that called a hole in one?
Well, because it's a putting contest. It's not. It's outside of the 18 holes. It's something that you can opt to do, and I mean it's a way for us to raise funds. You pay $10 to participate in the putting contest.
That's great. Well, how fun.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
A fun and very successful day.
It was a very successful day. So, and thank you to everyone who participated and sponsored.
Yes.
We had a lot of sponsors this year, and it was wonderful.
Wonderful.
Okay, what language, if you could learn or felt motivated to learn a second language, which language would that be?
Italian,
I knew
for
you were
sure.
gonna say that.
Well, because I
Italian.
want to go someday.
Yeah.
It's a big part of my heritage. My nana spoke a little bit of it, but I never learned it. But it's also very close to Spanish, and I feel like I know Spanish. It would be easier for me to.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yes, I agree with you. I would learn Croatian just because for years I was in part of that community.
Yeah.
And it's a fascinating language. But with your library cards, you can learn languages for free with Mango Languages.
This is Mango Languages, built to help you start the conversation in over 70 world languages and dialects by gaining proficiency in speaking, listening, reading, and culture. It's language learning done right, covering topics and phrases that you'll actually use in real conversations. We take those phrases and break them down piece by piece, allowing you to commit them to memory. You'll notice Mango's unique color mapping, helping you connect the language intuitively, seeing the relationships between words and stealthily picking up grammar cues. And Mango is interactive, helping you to sound out even the trickiest words. Mango only uses audio from native speakers, so you can hear new words correctly and say it right with voice comparison, a better way to gauge your pronunciation by seeing and hearing it compare to our native speaker audio. Strengthen your knowledge with our grammar and cultural notes, gaining grammar competency and context and a deeper cultural understanding. And when it's time to bring everything back together, you'll have the confidence to do it yourself and even build upon what you've learned, empowering you to start the conversation. Visit mangolanguages.com to try it for yourself.
So Mango has over 70 languages available, which is
that's a
very,
lot.
very comprehensive. Yeah, because Croatian isn't often, it's not one like when we used to do those like Pimsleur audio book.
Right,
It was hard to
right.
find something like that. Italian, Spanish, French, German are
yeah.
always available, but this has 70 languages. So,
Wow. So
And-
check one out.
yeah, for sure,
It's a great resource.
for sure. So that's what's going on for Spooky October for adults.
All right. So let's talk about kids stuff, I guess. I want to start with the birth through preschool crowd. And I do want to just mention, even though we did on last month's show, just the change of dates and times with our regularly scheduled story times. So now Mother Goose is offered on Mondays and Wednesdays at 10:30. I should say Mondays or Wednesdays,
Wednesdays.
because we're asking you to come to just one. It is the very same class, right? Just offered 2 different times. Tales for Tots is now happening on Tuesdays or Thursdays at 10:30. And then Preschool Power is still just on Fridays, but rather than having them back to back, we are having one at 10:30 and one at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Still no need to register. Just drop by to whichever one is most convenient for you. And you know what? I don't know yet if it's helping the parking issue. I feel like it actually is, but we've gotten a lot of great feedback.
Oh, good.
Specifically about, I wasn't sure how the Friday one would go in the afternoon, and I'm getting about 20 or 30.
Well, that's a lot. I'm glad to
Not
hear
kids.
that.
I mean, that's all together, right?
Right,
But I'm getting about
altogether.
15 kids, and that's great. And so, yeah, it's working, and we appreciate your cooperation. And we know it's an adjustment, and it's kind of hard to get used to, but I think we will probably, at least throughout the winter, continue to see how this goes. So that's our weekly story times. There's also another Sensory Explorer coming up on Saturday, October 25th. This is a sensory-based early literacy program. It is intended for 2 to 5-year-olds, but all ages are welcome. Ms. Dolores always starts with a fun story and some activities, a song, and then you break off and you do these sensory-based stations. So it's wonderful for anybody who has like some tactile issues or sensory or just benefits from.
I just love it. I love tactile. I like.
We
to
talked about
feel
this on
stuff,
last.
right?
It's very therapeutic, I think, for all ages, but especially helpful for some. So that's Sensory Explorers. And then for elementary age students, our CCA book club is running, and that is our Children's Choice Award book club that it's in like its 20th year, I think. This has been going strong for a while. Maybe it's not 20, I should check.
Close.
But it has to be close to that. Yeah, and so Children's Choice Award is geared for students in grades 3rd through 6th, and a panel of librarians throughout the county select what they think are 8 top books, right? The 8 best books published in a year. But then the kids are the ones who actually vote for the best. They vote for their favorite one. So out of the 8, we encourage you to read them all, and then come March or April, you cast your vote, and then we'll announce the winner shortly thereafter. Now at Bethel Park, we actually only require you to read 4 out of the 8. And again, if you can read them all, wonderful. But the requirement is 4. And if you do that, if you read 4 out of the 8 and then you cast your vote, you are eligible for a $50 Amazon gift card, which isn't a bad incentive, right?
No.
And these are great books. I know I always say that, but these are really wonderful books on this year's list. And I thought maybe I could show a trailer for 1 or 2 of them to pique some interest. So check these out. Those are just 2 of the 8 titles. We did design this handy dandy bookmark to help you keep track. And after I read one, I rate it right away, right? It helps me remember. So we have this little star system. If you loved the book, you could color in 5 stars. And if you just thought it was okay, then maybe you're only giving it a 2 or 3 star. That's okay. And everybody's opinion is different. That is what this program is all about. And then we just look very forward to announcing the winner in the spring. So check this out. To make it a little easier to get these books done, because I know sometimes that's it seems like a big undertaking.
With your regular, you got activities and you have your own homework.
Yeah,
understood.
So to make it a little bit easier, we are doing a Children's Choice Award book club once a month, where we will start a book together. I'll read to you, or we'll read together. We'll take turns. We'll get through a couple chapters, and then you just read the rest on your own if you're interested.
I do miss being read to.
I know, it's wonderful.
Yeah,
I love
reading
reading
out
aloud,
loud.
and then I also love being read aloud too. So that's the CCA Book Club. It's happening once a month. There is still room to sign up for October in November. So just check it out on the website or give us a call. What else do we have going on? Some art classes coming up that Miss Dawn is excited about teaching. If you are in grades 2 through 4 and you are a horse lover, don't miss Galloping Good Times, because we invited D.H. Anderson back to visit. She is a local author. She lives in Peters Township. She lives on a horse farm, and she has written a saga of this Lady Thistle, is her name. And you can learn so much about horses and how they, just everything. She has, Lady Thistle was actually a racing horse, right? So
it's the name of the horse.
Lady
Okay.
Thistle, yeah, is the horse.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So anyway, you can just learn so much about horses through this fun picture book series. And even though it is a picture book, it's a little more involved. So when I say, grades 2 through 4, if you're younger, you can certainly sign up too. But like, it is age appropriate. If you're in 3rd or 4th grade, these books go into detail. But she does a wonderful job just, reading the story, but then engaging the audience afterwards. Plenty of time for questions and answers. There's always a super activity that follows and a snack. So don't miss that if you are a horse lover. And then I want to mention some family programs that are coming up. We have our Family Fall Bingo. We'll play bingo for about an hour. We have different rounds designed. We'll do a round of regular bingo, Halloween bingo. We're going to do a PBS character bingo, where WQED graciously donated some prizes. So each round, too, will have a different set of prizes that you can win. So fun times. Fall Family Bingo is occurring on Saturday, October 18th at 3 p.m. So registration for that will open on the 1st. And then we're doing Paint a Pumpkin. So this isn't like an in-person class, but starting next week, starting October 6th, you can pick up a pumpkin here at the library to take home and paint. We ask that you paint it as a book character, and there's so many ideas out there. So if you don't have a favorite or you can't come up with one on your own, just Google or go to Pinterest, because there's a lot of cool ideas out there.
I already did that because the staff are doing them as well. So yes, I did book character pumpkins because they're becoming very, very popular. I think we were ahead of the curve years ago when we started this, but now patrons can participate in the contest as well.
Yeah, so we always ask the patrons to vote on the staff, but now we want you guys to participate too. So you paint this pumpkin at home, bring it back to us. We'll put it on display for about 3 weeks, right, the rest of October. And then whoever has the most votes will get a $25 gift card to Trax Farm.
For patrons. Staff don't get to.
No, if a staff wins, yeah. And then we're asking you to vote with your spare change. So you can, put some pennies in there, quarters. We appreciate it when dollar bills are put in there. But it's just a mini fundraiser. And I like people to know where their money is going. We always take whatever is raised from the pumpkin voting, and we use it for our gingerbread workshop, which is right around the corner as well.
Yes, it is.
So
they were just talking about holiday shopping on the news this morning.
Yeah, not there yet.
One of the anchors was like, Monday was the first day of fall. Can we I can't think about that yet.
Like, let's just appreciate this time of year.
I went into the dollar store last Friday to just pick up a gift bag, and they had like this much Halloween stuff.
They have both.
And they were
have
putting
Halloween,
out
and
the
now they have
Christmas stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
I know. What I'll do, I do like to
plan ahead.
Yes, and I'll have a list started of what I want to get people, but I don't actually start my shopping until November.
My husband goes like the 23rd of December.
As I'm sure many men do.
Yes.
To be fair.
I mean, I will.
And some women too.
I'll be done by the end of October.
Really?
I don't have.
Well, you were just saying you want to enjoy this time of year,
I do.
your favorite time of the
I
year.
want to, but I'll have my Amazon cart. Like I have the 4, my greats, my 3 great nieces and my great nephew. We don't buy for each other anymore. I mean, I'll buy for Bill, but
my
that's
nieces and nephews were younger though. I didn't know, it wasn't like always a great idea to order that early because their minds would change,
true.
right? Like, I'm going to get
that's
you this.
true.
It was on your list, but then they want something else.
Right. You're right.
But
you're right. But yeah,
but it's
first week of November. Like I'll start a cart.
Yeah.
Now and then first
good
week
for
of
you.
November. Well, I like to wrap. I should go to the mall and be one of those, like volunteer wrappers for, like they do. I know South Hills Pet Rescue sometimes will do it, or I would like to do.
My mom enjoys it, so she does all of mine.
Yeah, I love to wrap
every year. So thanks, Mom. So yeah, that's what's going on. We have some stuff happening for the teens too. The BP Bookhawks Book Club is still going on, and their next meeting is Thursday, October 9th. There was actually a date change from the original flyer, so if you're interested, it is now happening on the 9th. That happens right after school at 3 p.m. So
Perfect.
if you are,
You can walk over. From the high
absolutely.
school.
If you are interested, you can stop in or call, and we'll let you know what the title is for this month, and we'll make sure you get a copy. We do ask that you read the book ahead of time prior to the meeting. And there's always opportunities for you to join the Teen Advisory Board. This group continues to grow, and we love it. I was at a school yesterday. I was giving some information about it. And I always like to emphasize how flexible it is, right? It's not a huge commitment. If you are interested in becoming a volunteer, or if you need volunteer hours for whatever the reason, just sign up for TAB. Miss Megan will send you an introductory email welcoming you to the group. And then following that, you'll continue to get monthly emails from her that contain a sign-up genius. So you can kind of just go through and pick and choose what you want to volunteer for and what you're able to volunteer for according to your schedule. We also do meet monthly for TAB meetings, but you're not expected to come to every one. It's just when you can. But it's a great way to meet new people, to get those hours in, and to gain valuable experience that you will need, you know, for your first job, for those college applications, for lots of different things. So
Wonderful.
TAB, again, it stands for Teen Advisory Board, and you can sign up anytime throughout the year. There's an application on our website, so you would just go to bethelparklibrary.org, click on the Teen tab, and right off that Teen page, there's an application for you to fill out. It's just a simple Google form.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So that's that. I'm with you, Christine. I love this time of year. So
My
happy
favorite.
October, everybody. I hope you are enjoying the fall festivals, and the hay rides, and the
Haunted
apple
houses.
cider. Are you like? What's your favorite fall food or drink?
Pumpkin roll.
Oh,
Pumpkin
yes.
roll, pumpkin muffin, pumpkin cookie.
Because you're not a big coffee drinker either. I love those fall scents, like
I like
pumpkin.
the scents. I don't want to drink it, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah. But a great time of year. So enjoy it, and we will look forward to seeing you next month. As always, if you're interested in any of the things that we talked about on today's show, if you have questions or you need further information, you know what to do. Give us a call,
Visit our website.
or better yet, stop in and see us in person. Bye-bye.